Hey everyone, how are we? Just doing a quick all signs reading today. We are going to be looking at money. See what incoming energy we have for you when it comes to finances, money. Okay, so we will be starting the September readings in the next couple of days. For the next weekly readings will be the September readings. So definitely keep an eye out for those. And the timestamps will be in the description box for this particular reading. Make sure you do check multiple placements if you do like, especially your Saturn placement for money readings is usually a really good one to be checking as well. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. I do really appreciate that. And, every single like, comment, and subscribe, it really does help the channel grow. So thank you so much. Today, I am going to be using the Purposeful Career Oracle, as well as the Tanis Lenormand. Okay, so we're having a green day today, guys. As you can see, I'm wearing green. I'm using green decks. Green is the go for money. Okay, so we are going to get started with Aries. Like I said, you're more than welcome to check multiple placements, and those timestamps are in the description box along with all my other information. Okay, so getting into it for Aries. Okay, Aries. Incoming money energy for our Aries. What's going on for Aries in regards to money? Okay, Aries. Firstly, we have the collaborative energy there, teamwork kind of energy. Working with someone who has the same goals as you will increase your power and your reach. Someone wants to do business with you. So this may be one particular person. It may be a group of people. And for a couple of you, this is actually like a much greater scale than just, one or two people, because we also have the mainstream card. So it does bring to light things like crowdfunding is definitely something that, may be coming in for you at the moment. You may be receiving revenues of income from multiple places. It's time to be seen and show your talent to the world. Your business is getting more of an audience at this moment. So, for a lot of you, you may be somehow involved in, mainstream media or avenues like that where you may actually be receiving money from more than just one person. So, obviously that collaborative energy coming through there. So, you may have a bit of a social media presence, all that sort of stuff. You may be receiving, even if it's just, I'm also picking up on some pyramid scheme stuff as well, Aries. So, even though I wouldn't really recommend the MLM stuff, guys, we are seeing that sort of energy is coming through for you here. Aries. It could even just be something like, a bunch of friends chucking in to buy something for you or something along those lines as well. People helping you out. Aries. Incoming money energy for Aries. Incoming money energy for Aries. Okay, so we do have the mice coming through first. So this is usually talks about things from the past. So this is kind of like seeds that you may have planted and forgotten about, to be honest, because this is very much like, things that you thought were lost. So you may have had money taken from you or stolen from you in the past, and here comes something to reimburse you for all that. It may have been some stuff that has stressed you out to deal with in the past, an investment that really stressed you out or something along those lines, where there's a sense of past energy, a sense of lost energy. So this definitely could be finding a lost bank account or finding a lost super account and things like that, finding money that has been lost, and sort of being reimbursed for that money. Especially here with the sun in the middle. So the sun really brings things out into the light. So something may be coming to light that you did have money taken from you that you weren't even aware of, or things like that. And that's where this is coming from. We do see the ring here as well. So we definitely have a strong energy for you when it comes to contracts and previous commitments that you may have been involved in. So, once again, a lot of this energy is like, you know, you may have been contracted to something unfairly, and so you're being reimbursed from that. We do have that collaborative energy coming through here as well, with the, you know, collaborating and signing contracts with, you know, multiple people or somebody else, partnerships, those sorts of things. But for a lot of you, this is something coming to light from a prior contract, a prior commitment that you have had financially, that you've been sort of paying things into this, and now it's actually starting to pay dividends for you. So that is coming to light, which is creating a lot of happiness moving forward in your income for you. So it does seem as though, you know, the cycles are, you know, like finishing, that cycle is finishing. So something that from the past that was losing you money, that cycle is now finishing, and you're now, you know, coming into a brand new cycle of money and more collaborative mainstream energy, where it's, you know, that mainstream energy, once again, very similar to that sun energy here as well, where it's things coming to light, things being out in the open, things being very public and seen. Okay, so there may be some things that have been done, you know, in the dark in the past when it comes to money that has been taken from you, and that you're receiving that reimbursement or whatever that may be. So you know, looking pretty good, and it does feel a bit like surprise energy for some of you there as well, where you're not really expecting this, and then bang, here it is. All right, so it's kind of also picking up here for someone going viral for something and receiving some money from that as well. So that may be relevant to a couple of you as well. But that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. And we will move on over to our Taurus. Pardon? Okay, Taurus, what's going on for Taurus? Incoming money for Taurus. Incoming money energy for Taurus, please. These cards are a bit finicky today. I think maybe I've got like lotion on my hands still, and it's just a bit slippy. Firstly, we have faith coming through, as well as guidance. All right, so we are seeing you at the moment with financials, that it's a game of hope, and you know, getting the good advice that you need in the financial sector there. This situation needs your full trust. There's divine reason behind these experiences. Your spirit guides are leading you in the right direction. So we see a reference to guides even just with that faith card there, and then the guidance goes on to elaborate a little bit here. Your angels and guides have your back. They're doing the work in the background to make way for opportunities to come. Stay optimistic, stay faithful, you know that change is coming. With your financials, it's just a matter of it's a little bit longer than you may like. Okay, and right now we're focusing on getting good advice and trusting your intuition to take you in the right direction. That if certain things are happening when it comes to your finances, to trust that those things are happening for a reason, that maybe this is part of the groundwork that's being laid, you know, for the future for you here. So, you know, certain things that you may have, you know, certain expenditure at the moment, that it's kind of laying the path for future investments and things like that. So have just trusting that things are going to work out in your favor. It may just take a little bit longer than you maybe are wanting when it comes to the financial stuff. Taurus, incoming money energy for Taurus. Money, incoming energy for Taurus, please. Yeah, we are definitely seeing growth and an opportunity to invest if you do stay faithful. It is what I'm seeing here. Okay, because we have the tree coming through first, which is growth. It's being very wise and knowing when to, you know, hold on to your money, and knowing when to just allow it to accumulate and grow, and maybe branching out into different things with your money that you maybe haven't considered in the past. We have the clover here as well. So the clover generally does talk about investments and having, you know, good fortune on your side, just in general small ways. But it does also you know, refer to taking a bit of a chance, taking a bit of a risk, you know, branching out, trying something that you maybe haven't tried before financially, you know, looking into, you know, we see strong guidance there for you as well. So maybe asking for help and guidance in how I'm going to invest money, and what things can I do now to plant the seeds that may grow into something fruitful for me in the future. And then it's definitely necessary to have faith and have trust that things are moving in the right direction here. It may just, once again, take a little bit longer than you maybe like, because with the cross, not only do we have faith, but we're focusing a little bit on, just the general responsibilities. So, you're tightening up the purse strings a little bit and just being very responsible with the investments that you are making at the moment, but also, trying new things and new ways of investing. So not being afraid to take a little bit of a chance, if there is a high chance of dividends, but especially with new things. If you're advised to do something and you're like, oh, I've never tried that before, maybe go ahead and try that. Especially if you are, really being responsible with the way that you're approaching the risks. So that very, very kind of positive energy for you. It's laying the foundation for what's to come. So I do sort of feel this energy build up for you here, Taurus, that in the near future there that may start to sort of explode and really generate some money for you. But right now you're just sort of laying the groundwork and planting those seeds so that you can branch out into new ways of making money and trying new ways of making money for yourself here. Okay, so that's what we have for you, Taurus. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll move on to Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Money, money, money for our Geminis. Incoming. Wow, okay. Be careful you're not throwing money away, Gemini, because those cards really just kind of threw themselves away. But we do have mainstream coming through for you here, as well as rewards. All right, so the mainstream card does say it's time to be seen and show your talents to the world. Your business is getting more audience at this moment, so you're being very visible with the approach that you're taking to your finances at the moment. You maybe are involved in some sort of like social media type things where you're attempting a more mainstream approach, a more global approach I'm picking up for some of you here, but it's kind of about getting seen by more and more people, whether that's your business or like your talent, just your skills, and in whatever job you're doing or whatever that is for you personally, your hobbies and those sorts of things. It's all about being seen for you at the moment if you want that money to come through. We do have the rewards card there as well. So, your hard work is going to pay off here. Your performance is gaining attention in your community. You deserve the rewards that you're receiving. So, the more visible that you can be to the local community, to the global community, the more reward you're going to get financially from being in that realm, So whatever that kind of means for you personally within your own financial sphere here, that you're being seen and maybe rewarded for being so diligent at work. You're being your hobby is starting to take off, and you're starting to have a social media presence, and all those sorts of things are coming through strongly here, Gemini. So we'll have a look with the lenormand as well. Gemini, money, 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 incoming money energy for our Gemini. But also just make sure you're not throwing your money away. I am picking up on that message still for a couple of you here that some of us are being a little bit frivolous with the way that we're spending at the moment. So make sure you're reining that in. Okay, Gemini. Yeah, a lot of opportunities around you. This is like a brand new, like a brand new version of, because it's quite interesting, because what I'm seeing here, I'll show you that we have the key firstly, which does lead us to success. But right in the middle here, we have the coffin. Okay, so it does kind of show us that there has been maybe some opportunities that have ended for you financially, that, you know, now that you've closed the lid on those, it's kind of like you've tied up some loose ends with your finances in some sort of way, that has enabled you to sort of have this brand new spark, this brand new beginning for yourself, because the coffin, it's not just death, it's a rebirth as well. So all the energy that you're putting into those loose ends, you're now able to put all that into this mainstream, this reward energy, this you know, learning and researching and accepting the mystery of the next chapter for yourself. We have the book there as well. So, you know, you may be maybe very heavily involved with education for some of you here. You may be sort of, the more you educate yourself about how to do something, the more dividend is paying out for you here. But we do see a lot of opportunities here with the key. The key really does open up new doors. It's kind of this message like, you know, now that you finally closed some of those doors, all these new doors can now open for you. So, you know, whatever you have been paying attention to recently with money, you know, making sure we are really finalizing those things so that we can really push all that energy into the new energy and creating more money energy. Okay, so this is also making sure we do keep good records of what, you know, our expenditure, our incoming, and all that sort of stuff as well. It's very important to be on top of your books financially at the moment. So going through the ledgers and going through the receipts and all that sort of stuff, and making sure, you know, if you're spending frivolously, cut that out so that we can really keep good check on those, you know, checks and balances on those books, and make sure there is a good balance, not you know, money just being thrown away at the wrong things here. All right, so you will start to see some rewards soon, though. It's definitely on the cards for you, Gemini. But you're more than welcome to check out your other placements. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Cancers. Okay. Cancer, money, 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 incoming money energy for Cancer. The incoming money energy for Cancer, please. What's going on, Cancer? We have bothered coming out for you here. Don't fear failure, but be afraid of regret. Your worries are blocking your success. Remind yourself of your greatness and stay optimistic. So this is kind of letting us know that you may be feeling like it's a bit of a struggle at the moment with your financials, which, you know, not going to lie, it is a little bit of a struggle for everyone, no matter who you are at the moment with finances. The world is you know, everything just keeps going up, the cost of living and all that sort of stuff. It's affecting everybody. Okay, pardon, but it's just letting us know that, you know, you're allowing that to get the better of you a little bit here, Cancer, rather than trying to focus on positive outcomes and, you know, positive changes that you can make in order to help yourself here. You're focusing a little bit too much on the negative and the worry and the concern, because what actually happens when you start, you know, overthinking the negative, you're actually manifesting that as the outcome. You know, manifestation works accidentally sometimes, and the more of what energy that we're putting out there into the universe, the more we're getting that energy back. All right, so the more that you're putting this worry and stress out into the universe, the more you're going to have reason to worry and stress, because that's kind of what you're telling the universe. Worry, 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 this is all I'm thinking about. So the universe goes, oh, that's all you're thinking about, okay, well, here you go, here, if that's what you want, have it. So do you know what I mean? So just be very mindful of that, and the mindset that you're in when it comes to money. But we do have assistance here as well, which is probably very important for you at the moment as well. There are some resources you have overlooked that would help you resolve your issues. Someone is willing to help you to recover. Okay, so there is assistance available to you here. So for some of you, this may be, you know, seeking actual, you know, financial advice and assistance in that matter. For others of you, it may be asking, you know, for help from friends. what do I do? How do I do this? How do I change my mindset? Those sorts of things. Even I'm also picking up that for some of you, these are totally free resources that you could be using that you're not currently even thinking to use. And it seems to be more around your mindset around money rather than the actual money itself. Okay, so even if you are having, issue with the actual money itself, it does sort of tell me that change your mindset, change the money, change the results. So the more that you're changing your mindset towards money, the more that you're going to actually have, real world changes occurring for you here as well. But we'll have a look with the Lenormand as well here. Cancer, money, 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 incoming money energy for Cancer. Yeah, so we are definitely seeing, more than just yourself involved at the moment, or should be involved here. Because firstly, we have the letter. Okay, so expressing your concerns, expressing your worries, talking and communicating with others about your concerns and asking for help. Communication is key for you at the moment to really help you move forward with your financials. It does also talk about going over contracts and paperwork. You may be getting overcharged for things here and there. So it's like really, really paying detail to your receipts and going through your accounts and statements and things like that. So it is telling me to. I did see this thing the other day about, pulling out all your bank statements and, getting, the ugliest highlighter you can find and going over your bank statements and, highlighting every little thing that you purchased that you didn't really need to purchase. It was like a silly purchase or unnecessary kind of purchase. Going through your bank statements, and it really helps you just realize how much you're spending on things that you don't actually need. It's just telling me to let you know about that, to maybe go through those statements and get out some highlighters and see exactly where the money is going and where it may, where you can actually stop putting money into. We have the clover here as well. So this does talk about taking a chance to reach out. Okay, we have the garden following that. So I do feel like this is very strictly connected to that garden energy. It's not necessarily taking chances with money or taking chances or investing in things or anything like that. It's talking about investing in someone, investing in meeting up with someone who can help you, who can provide that assistance. Okay, the garden is meetings. It is meeting people halfway. It's putting all your, your paperwork on the table and saying, can you help me? It's taking a chance to ask for help. Sometimes that's a huge risk just within our own self to face our fears, to ask for help. It can be, that's what it's reading as here as well, that it is a huge risk you feel like you're taking to ask for help and to ask for, how do I change my perspective on money? So it's meeting someone halfway, it's compromising, maybe for some of you, I can see some of you like even just sitting around the dinner table having a family meeting, kind of going, okay, well, look, we all need to sit and be involved and help each other with this situation, and sitting down and meeting each other and compromising as a unit, whether that's just you and your partner, whether that's you and the entire family, whether that's you and someone that can just give you advice. You're sitting sort of down and going over everything and sort of saying, well, if we can compromise this amount and not spend so much on that stuff, then maybe we can do this. It's also randomly telling me paying attention to events and invitations that you're receiving and how much money is going into public events. Okay, so things like going to someone's wedding and how much money you're spending at a wedding and things like that. How much every time you're going out every weekend, and you're going to the pub and you're going here and you're going there and spending money at each and every place. You're going to cafes and spending money. Really, really looking at those things and asking yourself if that's really necessary. Can maybe we have a few extra movie nights at home as a family and just watch a movie together, and save ourselves money on the cinema tickets and things like that. popcorn at home in front of the telly, you know, instead of going to the movies. Okay, so those sorts of things are coming through here as well. So just keeping an eye on those things and not being afraid to ask for help, Cancer. So that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Leos. Okay, Leo, money, money, money. Incoming money energy for Leo. Whoa, okay, that one. Ooh, Leo, North Star. You're facing the future with excitement as you follow your dreams and embrace your passions in life. You're now directed to your life's purpose. Okay, so money for you at the moment is actually about, you know, you. It's not about the money. It's about you and trying to do things that you love and embracing, you know, that whole I'm kind of getting that whole ideal of like, can't take it with you, you know, you'd rather have a life be lived than money be saved kind of energy is coming through here. And you'd rather do something you love and be poor and happy than, you know, be rich and miserable doing something you hate. So you know, obviously that's up to you whether you resonate with that or not. We also have the choices card, which is exactly why it's up to you whether that's right for you or not, you know, because some people are going to choose the money and the miserable, you know, because that's what they choose. That's up to them. But the choices are always very strong with free will coming into play. There are a lot of opportunities waiting for you. Don't doubt yourself and trust your instincts in choosing the best decisions for yourself. Okay, so, oh my goodness, pardon me. I have not been able to get rid of this cough. I'm talking so fast. I can't help it. I talk really fast and it sets my cough off. Leo, money, money, money. What's going on for Leo with money? But yeah, definitely, you know, a choice for you at the moment, Leo, as to following yourself and your heart and your passion. Okay, so we definitely see that coming through here with your energy. First and foremost, we have the Sun, which is the Leo card. Okay, it's things being revealed. It feels like a personal epiphany that I want to follow my heart. I want to follow myself. You know, this personal epiphany, everything coming to light from deep within you that, you know, I can't hide this anymore. I want to, you know, follow my happiness. The Leo card really is about happiness and having strength to be happy, you know, rather than, like I said, that choice of being miserable and just getting the money. But we do also have the ship coming through, which is, it's actually really good that it's come through with this pairing of the anchor. Okay, so those kind of go together really well when I see them both together. The ship shows us that, you know, we're starting new journeys, we're moving forward when it comes to financials. And even though, you know, it's kind of like with the anchor here, you know, an anchor belongs to a ship. It's what the ship lets down to hold it steady through any storms that may come. So to see them both here, it's very much like you're moving forward, but you know you've got this anchor to keep you safe and steady as you weather any storm that may come. So that anchor could look like a nest egg that you've got. That could look like a fallback plan that you've got. Those sorts of things where it's like, I'm going to start this new adventure because, you know, this new adventure is going to make me happy. This new journey, you know, for some of you, it may involve travel as well. It doesn't necessarily feel like travel as such, but it's all about this journey towards your soul purpose and your, you know, following your truth and following your passion and the things that make you happy in this world. And that is predominant rather than the actual money itself. That's why the anchor is there, so that, you know, when those storm clouds roll in and money gets tight, I know I can get through this because I know I'm doing what I'm destined to do. I know I'm doing what is right for myself. I know what is right for my happiness. So, you know, the money doesn't even matter anymore. You know, the anchor is going to hold me steady, and I know that I'll find a way through the storm. I know that I'll still be floating and moving forward as soon as that storm passes. That yes, things may look tough at times, but I've got this, that I know that this is where I need to go this is the choices I need to make. And I'm making the choices for me and my happiness, not necessarily caring as much about money. Okay, so that seems to be the main message there for you, Leo, that it's not, even though we're doing a money reading, your message is kind of more about realizing that money isn't the star that's guiding you. That's not your North Star. Money itself is not necessarily, you're choosing to not allow it to keep ruling your life so strongly. You're making choices kind of going, well, do you know what? I'll make it work one way or another. A lot of strength. Leo, love it, strength. But that's what we've got for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Money, money, money. Incoming money energy for our Virgos, please. Ooh, talent coming through first for you here, Virgo. You have an exceptional talent in art that needs to be discovered or expanded. It's time to make a fortune in your creativity. Okay, so with this particular card, your art is what you love and enjoy about making money, about work, I suppose. For a lot of you, it's like work or career, and that is the form that your art is taking. For some of you, this could be hobbies or actual art, some sort of creative pursuit for quite a lot of you. But for others of you, I just wanted to add in there that this is the way that you present yourself to money and to, your own, what's the phrase? The way that you're presenting yourself to work and the way that you're fronting up going, I'm going to hard work, I'm going to do this, I'm going to persevere, I'm going to be determined to, meet these goals and meet this criteria and, get this done and all this sort of stuff. That is your talent. That is the art that your talent is taking here. Your creativity is expanding into a lot of structure forms here for some of you. Okay, so I just wanted to add that in there. But for some of you, it definitely is your creativity. But for others of you, it's merely the fact that you're good at what you do, and that is an art form in itself. It's like you sort of take this mundaneness and turn it into something. You do it so well, you're so capable that you're turning it into an art form. Even if you don't realize it. Okay, we do see composure coming through as well. Your calmness is necessary in these situations. Things might be beyond your control, but you have control over yourself. Relax, rejuvenate, and renew. Okay, so, there may be this energy of like not being 100% confident about your skills, which is ridiculous because we're seeing this talent, we're seeing that your skills are high. So remaining composed and it's also sort of saying not boastful, not demure, kind of not either end of the spectrum. We're somewhere in the middle here, where I know I'm good at my job. Doesn't mean I need to show off, but it also doesn't mean that I have to doubt myself. I've got this. I've got this kind of energy. No matter what's going on, I know I've got this. So it's remaining composed. It's if you're the one that's getting, if you get passed over for a promotion, you're not having a hissy fit about it. You're just taking it in your stride and moving right along, knowing that you probably did deserve that, but you didn't get it. Whatever, I'm going to get the next one. You're remaining very composed and not making situations, worse for yourself. Because I am picking up here quite clearly, there is someone in the Virgo collective where that's exactly what's happening. You're being passed over for a promotion or something that you thought you wanted work-wise, but you need to remain composed and not chuck a hissy fit that, and why didn't I get it? Why not me? Kind of thing. Because it's going to be yours anyway. there's something else is going to happen from, you know, just you wait and see. Okay, you knew you deserved that, and you do deserve that, and it will be shown very, very soon that you were the one that actually deserved that. So just wait. You'll see it happen. You'll see something happen about that. You know, not wishing any ill will on the person that actually got the promotion, but something is going to happen that is going to mean that that comes back to you anyway. Okay, so just wait on that one, Virgo. But we'll have a look here. So keep your composure so that you definitely don't miss out on that when time is due. All right, because it's like, it's because I'm kind of seeing it's like there was you and someone else, and they were like iffing between the two of you, and for some reason they chose somebody else, even though I feel like some of them already knew that it was you that should have gotten that. You deserved that. But for some reason, somebody else got that. So keep your composure, because, you know, if you were only a hair's breadth away from getting that, who's going to get that if that person is no longer in the situation? It goes straight to you. You're the automatic choice. Okay, so be composed. Okay, Virgo. Bit of a warning for some of you there that there is just some drama going on at work. Virgo. Money, money, money. Incoming money energy for our Virgos. And I am getting a lot more energy here for you, Virgo, more regarding career and work rather than just money. Yeah, so we do see the key coming through, followed by the star. Okay, so there's that opportunity that you wanted. There is an opportunity that you want, that you desire. You want it to be yours. You know you deserve this opportunity. It's like a, you know, a doorway for you to walk through, and you're, for some reason, someone's getting sort of, it's kind of like a delay, I feel. Don't overthink it, because it's going to be yours anyway. We have the clouds here. So there is a tendency for you, Virgo, to move from this situation into, you know, this overthinking kind of energy where you end up a bit confused and your judgment ends up a little bit clouded about, well, hang on, how come that doorway didn't lead me straight? How come that opportunity didn't lead me straight to that goal being granted, that desire being met? It's because something else needs to happen. There's something just slightly needing to shift. Okay, because for some of you, it's, you know, in that example of the promotion that you get passed over for, something occurs that makes them realize that role that you wanted that promotion for, it's not quite right, and the role needs to be changed, and then that person is no longer the best suitable you are, kind of thing. Something comes to light. There's something, it's just a bit cloudy, it's just a bit foggy at the moment. So it's kind of like it feels like it does become even more what you wished for than you even realized. Because it's like think about right now your goals when it comes to work and career, your current goals and whatnot when it comes to work and career. If you were to get them right here, right now, and then it'd be kind of like it's not 100% exactly what you wanted, but if you wait for this thing to change and happen, then all of a sudden, oh, wow, it's actually better than you were wishing it was going to be. It turns out somehow better. It turns out like more accurate to what you're wishing for it to be. So it's like there's just something extra coming through on top of that. It's kind of like, yeah, it's not really telling me because of that clouds. The clouds really like to make the reading, you know, the way that it's coming through to me a little bit hazy, and I can't get through the cloud as easily sometimes. So there's a bit of mystery there in regards to exactly what's happening, because, you know, obviously it's going to be very different for each and every one of you within the collective anyway. But, you know, don't doubt your talent. Stay composed and don't doubt your skills. You've got skills, baby. Okay, so that's what we've got for you, Virgo. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Libra. Okay, Libra, money, money, money. Incoming money energy for Libra. Collaborative energy coming through first. Okay, working with someone who has the same goals as you will increase your power and your reach. Someone wants to do business with you. So Aries did get that card as well, I believe. But we also see choices coming through for you here as well. So for some of you, you've got multiple options of who you want to choose to go ahead with here. There may be more than one person wanting to collaborate with you, and you kind of get to choose who's going to be best for the job. So some of you, I do feel some of you Libra running kind of like interviews at the moment, to sort of work out who's the best for the job to work alongside you here, or to work for you even for some of you. There are a lot of opportunities waiting for you. Don't doubt yourself and trust your instincts in choosing the best possible decisions. Okay, so for some of you, you're literally choosing a person when it comes to who am I going to collaborate with here? Who am I going to enlist their help? Who is going to be able to give me the most oomph for the job? Who's going to be able to help me the most here? So you're able to choose about, whose advice maybe even for some of you is going to be the best suited to me and my financial situation. Who's going to be the best role model, the best mentor, those sorts of things. You do have a lot of choices here as well. Okay, Libra. Incoming money energy for Libra. Definitely seeing you having meetings, and a lot of meetings and interviews seem to be the highlight for a lot of you here at the moment. And it may not be, just interviewing people and things like that. I do see, because we have the garden there, which is the card of meetings. Okay, so for some of you, it's kind of like you may be meeting with like financial advisors and things like that to help you make choices financially moving forward, of how, investments and things like that. What am I doing with my money? All those sorts of things. That might be the interview, the meeting that's taking place for some of you here. We do see the fox. So with the fox there, it's very, you're making intelligent decisions, trusting your instincts, standing tall and strong in your own energy, doing what you need to do for you. Okay, we're not worrying about what's best for everybody else in the situation. We're worrying about what's best for you and your finances. Okay, so you're taking your own finances primary focus. Okay, we're not worrying about if so and so is going to be upset that they miss out on a contract. We're not being worrying about if so and so gets upset that they don't get that promotion or that job or whatever. We're not worrying about their finances. We're worrying about our own. Okay, so very independent, taking charge, doing what I need to do, having meetings with who I need to have meetings with, not because that's the one I like the most, but because this is the one that's going to help me the most. All right. Communication, clear and honest, open communication, going through our paperwork, going over the bills, going through receipts, all that sort of stuff, being very logical, rational, intelligent, communicating very clearly what I desire, what I need, what is best for me and my finances at the moment. Okay, Libra, so pretty straightforward message for you today, and it's all about, standing on point of your own survival in financial situations at the minute. You and your survival is what the choices are leading you towards. Okay, yes, you may be finding collaboration to help you along the way, but it's your choices at the end of the day about who is going to help you the most. And you need to be very, on the bottom of the deck, look at that, clever. On the bottom of the deck, the clever card. You're needing to be very, very clever about who you're choosing and why. I feel like a lot of you intuitive energy. You're being very strategic and very doing what's best for you and your survival. like I said, don't worry about feelings. Don't worry about emotions. You do what you need to do for you. Okay, Libra. So sorry for being so, that's just the way the message is coming through. Okay, but that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. And we will move on over to Scorpio. Scorpio. Money, money, money. What's the incoming money energy for Scorpio? Scorpio, incoming money energy for our Scorpios. Ooh, composure coming through first. Your calmness is necessary in this situation. Things might be beyond your control, but you have control over yourself. Relax, rejuvenate, and renew. Okay, so take a deep breath, Scorpio, before you deal with that person. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is specifically having to deal with frustrating people. Okay, that it's linked to your financial situation. You're needing to keep your cool. You're needing to keep composed, and you know, if you're getting too revved up in a situation, walk away, relax, rejuvenate yourself, and then renew the conversation. Okay, so we're needing to sometimes walk away from situations that are triggering our emotions, so that we can remain composed and deal with things in a very, you know, professional, composed manner. And that's coming through very, very strongly. If you can do that, rewards are yours. Okay. Your hard work is going to pay off. Your performance is gaining attention in your community. You deserve the rewards you are receiving now. Okay, so but this composure is very, very necessary for this, Scorpio. You do need to keep your cool, keep your head on. Okay, like I said, it's okay to walk away and come back to a situation, taking the emotions out of these things so that you can remain composed and professional while you deal with, it feels like people. Okay, and we all know people, they're the most frustrating things in this planet half the time, right? So dealing with people definitely can be frustrating. You need to keep your composure though, and you will get those rewards. Some of you, it is very important to know that you are being very visibly seen in your community for what you're doing, how you're doing it. So the professionalism and the composure is important for that as well. You never know who's watching, kind of thing. Okay, Scorpio, money, 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 incoming money energy for Scorpio. You know, and you will receive those rewards. It's pretty much the same message here. Firstly, we have the bear coming through. It's important to remain strong, composed, sturdy, stable. Have your boundaries up? Yes. But respect other people's boundaries? Yes. Professional. This is the card of professionalism, pretty much. It's standing tall and strong and confident in who you are, what you deserve, you know, nurturing, you know, yourself and people around you, but it's also very composed, being careful not to get too defensive, especially, you know, aggressive and defensive can be an issue with the bear. So make sure that they are, you know, you're remaining composed if you are sort of getting into that sort of energy through any drama, tension, troubles, conflicts, arguments that you're having. We do have the whip here as well. So it does appear that there may be some drama, some tension that you're having to deal with. But, you know, as long as you keep a very strong boundary up, and for some of you, this is keeping that boundary up to keep that tension away from me, keep that drama away from me. I've got a boundary. I don't want to deal with your drama. Sorry. I'm going to be very composed and professional about the way that I approach telling you that, but I don't need that drama, that tension, that quarrel, that whatever, that conflict that you're having over there in the corner. That is not my problem. That is, you know, I'm going to stand here strong and confident that I don't need to get involved in that if it's not yours. Okay. And if it is involving you somehow, that you can be strong enough to get through this conflict and resolve this conflict through your own strength and confidence, and having your boundaries and composure very, very high. Okay, there's those rewards, Scorpio, the fish, abundance, wealth. So once you get through this conflict, that's when those rewards start coming in for you, and a lot of them are coming in financially, specifically. Like this is the first time we've actually gotten the money card in the money reading, and it's coming out for you, Scorpio. So getting through that, remaining composed through any conflict that's going on, any tension or drama that's going on around you, it leads you directly to money. It leads you directly to wealth and abundance. All right. So things pay off for you. The rewards are there to have, but you do need to remain composed if you wish to receive them. Okay, so that's what we've got for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, money, 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 incoming money energy for Sagittarius. These cards are so sticky today. Okay, so firstly we have the amusement card coming through. You have natural talents that you can share with the world. It's time to make money from them while having a good time just being you. So there's just something that you've been hiding from yourself here, Sagittarius, when it comes to being the full version of yourself. It's kind of telling me that you've been hiding a part of yourself and hiding some of your talents that if you were to express those a little bit more, there's actually more opportunities that could come to you from people just knowing about that and knowing, oh, Sagittarius is really good at this or really good at that. It could actually help expand, your income stream in some way. So for some of you, it's like your job isn't aware that you have this particular hobby, and if they were aware of that, you could actually pick up some extra money doing, something somehow connected to that. Or if they could recommend you for certain positions because it's more ideal for that. Does that sort of make sense, that connection there? We also see the healing card coming through as well. Your finances are healing quickly. Continue to do what's best and you will see great results. You have gained the energy that you need. Okay, so it's letting you know that whatever's been going on with your finances, it's a healing process. You are healing, and they are healing. They're repairing and strengthening. Okay, so it may seem like you're not seeing any improvements in your financials, but it feels like strongly that the mindset around financials is healing and you're making moves in the right direction, and you will sort of start to see over time that they are getting, it's kind of this slow build up that I'm picking up here, that it's like, if you break a leg, you can't just heal it immediately and walk on it the next day. No, it's a process, and you're going through the process of your finances, getting to where you want them to actually start moving towards. Okay. Sagittarius. Money, money, money. What's coming in for Sagittarius with money, please? Sagittarius. Okay, so it is kind of telling me here, Sagittarius, this is like these three cards together kind of do represent one sort of thing when it comes to money. Firstly, we have the bird coming through here. Actually, that's the house. Okay, it slightly changes it. So the house, yeah, I see the bird house, and for some reason I always think of the birds, but that is the house energy. So there's a need to secure your money a little bit stronger. Put some fail safes around your money, your bank accounts and things like that. There is a need to have a bit of a safety net and a safety, a base to build from. So that's what you're sort of focusing on right now with the money stuff. Is that's what we're healing, is that safety net, that base that we're working from with our finances. You may be finding that we're looking at home finances here for a lot of you, um, and the stability of those around the home, and where we can increase that base within home, and that can also talk about housing investments and things like that, if that's applicable to you. That's part of the safety net. Part of what we're securing here for ourselves is this nest. It's kind of a nest, something that you can come home to, something that you can have around yourself as a safety bubble. But we do also see here the book coming through, as well as the garden. Okay, pardon me. So the book and the garden together really do sort of speak to a meeting that needs to happen in regards to the books, the accounts, the paperwork side of things, that you're needing to, maybe approach a professional and have a professional meeting, put all your books on the table, and work from there, and work out what's going on and where money's getting spent, and all this sort of stuff. So especially when it comes to the home finances, so that's the basic stuff, like the basic needs stuff, seems to be the priority for you to be looking at here. The stuff of like the expenditures, considering the bills, really needing to go over them with a fine-tooth comb, to the point where it's actually asking you to embrace somebody else into this, have a meeting with somebody, or have meetings with people in regard to these bills, because it's kind of electricity, water, mortgage rates, house expenditure, groceries, rental properties, rent things like that. There may be the need to compromise, meet somebody in the middle here, because of what's going on with this is the need to review the books, basically, and go over this with a fine-tooth comb, and find out where we can save a bit of money. It's kind of like some of the meetings that you're having here in this zone, maybe things like calling your electricity company, and calling around other electricity companies, having a meeting with different companies to see which one's going to offer you the best rates, and all that sort of stuff, and doing that, having a family meeting for some of you about, okay, well, the household is spending all this money on this and this and this. Where can we compromise? Where can we meet in the middle? That if you cut out doing this, then we can spend money on that. Really needing to sort of meet in the middle and compromise, and put all the books on the table and work it out. Maybe research a little bit more about things, ways to make money more secure in your life. Is definitely advised here as well, to help this healing process for you, Sagittarius. So you may need to, go and have meetings about, how to educate yourself more about money and things like that as well. So all those sorts of things are advised at this time for you, Sagittarius, if you want that money to continue healing. Okay, so we're looking at long-term plans to grow the money as well. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we've got the long-term card coming through there as well. So this is, compromises maybe needing to be made in order to secure this safety net to, so we're looking more long term rather than what we want right here, right now. We're looking longer term, ways to invest in things in order to create this safety net around ourselves, so that in the long term, we know that we've got that nest we can fall back on, that security zone that we can fall back on. For a couple of you there too, there's an actual security issue as well, like a way you're needing to secure, making sure that the things that you're paying for are securely just being yours, being debited, kind of thing. So I'm picking up on someone who's got like a phone plan that's still paying for somebody else's phone that you should not be paying for, or like it's even telling me, because when I was a child, it was much more commonplace. It's not very commonly possible nowadays, but it's like you used to hear stories about like people were, oh, they're using your electricity and they're connecting, they've got their electricity connected to your house. And so you're paying all this money for electricity, but not realizing it's actually paying for two houses' electricity. It's telling me that as well. So for someone there, that may be a concern that, you're paying for somebody else's things that you shouldn't be paying for. Someone's sort of have added on their bill onto yours somehow. So really going over those books with a fine-tooth comb and checking for things that you're paying for that you shouldn't be paying for, because it's definitely coming through. Okay, but that's what we've got for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, what's going on for Capricorn with money? Money, incoming money energy for our Capricorns, please. Ooh, Capricorn. We have the shopping card coming through first, which is it's not telling you to go shopping, sorry. If you're thinking about making money in retail or online selling, this is a good sign to try. It is also an opportunity to take your business onto the internet. So it's an expansion into the global shopping network, I suppose. Not the channel, guys, chill. I don't know if maybe that's just an Australian. I don't think we even have that anymore. I think they call it TVSN nowadays. But the online shopping kind of stuff that maybe you're, rather than buying, we're selling, okay, on the online side of things, that we're maybe branching out into some more retail aspects within our business and things like that, even just with ourselves, okay. So for some of you, if you depending on your individual situation, this may just be, creating an online presence of yourself, selling yourself a little bit more openly, vividly online, to your local community. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's on a huge scale like online, worldwide sort of thing. It could definitely be, you're just selling yourself in some kind of a way. You're selling yourself as though you're a retail item on the shelf. That this is going to be the greatest thing you ever bought. You get free steak night. I don't know why it's coming through in such a random way. I keep getting references to like TV shopping networks. So that may be relevant to someone that's there as well, but interesting. Enterprise. It's time to get into business. You're ready to take the challenge and be your own boss. Your experience is enough to create your enterprise. So for some of you, this is why you are selling yourself. You're selling your enterprise. You're selling the ideas that you have. You're selling, your business or whatever it is for you. You're really putting it out there and starting to enterprise and network with others by putting yourself out there. Okay, Capricorn, but we'll have a look here with the lenormand as well. Capricorn. Money. Incoming money energy for our Capricorns. Learning as much as you possibly can. Okay, so this, for some reason, this feels very much like the enterprise energy there. We have the book, but the book is more so about knowledge and, entering into the next chapter of our lives. So we are making some sort of changes in the way that we're approaching money and business and things like that at the moment, Capricorn, where it's kind of like we're opening our books to new clients for some of you here, but we're also opening ourselves to, researching and educating ourselves, gaining extra knowledge and, gaining new things. And, for some of you, this is, the enterprising and having to incorporate new books, if that makes sense. Like when I say the books, I mean like the accounts and things like that. So, you're having to actually incorporate multiple books into one giant book of your stuff, kind of thing. So there's a lot more coming into play here for you, Capricorn. especially with the birds here as well. The birds does talk about conversations. So you may need to enterprise and get someone to help you. You may be needing to have talks with somebody about your books. This would usually be an accountant or like a financial advisor type person with these two cards together, or somebody who can actually mentor you and teach you, how to go through the books and go through the receipts and go through all that sort of, the paperwork side of things, go through the contracts and all those, anything paperworky related to money going on for you and your business at the moment, Capricorn, regardless of whether your business is just you, whether your business is the business of going to work for somebody else and all these sorts of things. You're really needing to go through your own books as well, your own finances, the bills, the the expenditures and the incoming and all that sort of stuff. You're really needing to go through that. For quite a lot of you, you may need to find a mentor or a professional, a financial advisor, an accountant, all those sorts of things. You may be needing to, because we're looking at an expansion here for you, in some way, shape, or form. So you may need to enlist help with that. Okay, so it's just coming through here. We have the key as well because of opportunities. It's like there's so many different doorways here to really like go over and check through, and I just feel like for a lot of you here, Capricorn, it's just something has gotten to a level where you can't just do it all by yourself anymore. For a lot of you, this is you're having to branch out a little bit, and you're having to, enlist somebody's help on a more professional sort of scale here, to help you keep track of all the doors that you have open to yourself, all the opportunities that are coming in for you. Some of you might need a manager to just handle your life and what's going on for you, so that you don't have to, focus so much on that, and you can just focus on getting things done and getting yourself out there and all that sort of stuff. So there does seem to be, a lot of doors opening up to you here, Capricorn, a lot of opportunities coming in. They all lead to success. It's all expansion for you here, Capricorn. It's definitely expansion in some way, shape, or form coming through for you financially. But it's kind of just really wanting me to tell you that you've got to get help. You've got to get a mentor. You've got to get, that professional advice or that professional person on your team to help you with all of this, because it's just sort of building quickly here. And it's just gotten to a level where you may actually need some extra help or knowledge. Okay, so that's what we have for you, Capricorn. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, but being a Capricorn, that's probably the right one for you, not going to lie. But we will move on over to our Aquarians. Okay. Aquarius, money, money, money. What's coming in for Aquarius with the money side of things? Money, money, money for Aquarius, please. Aquarius. I'm kind of getting the intuitive messages I'm getting are very strong. Sorry, Aquarius. We have watch out coming through first. Okay, we see the fox there with that. Someone's been a little bit sneaky. There is more than meets the eye. Be careful with who you deal your finances with. Someone might be taking advantage of your vulnerability. So it's telling me someone might take advantage of it's like it's that they think you're not intelligent enough to notice. They think that they're really clever. They're kind of like, it's kind of showing me this person as like they think they're at the top of their game, but they're really not. Like they're a little bit like I feel like you already have pegged this person as selfish and that they only care about themselves and that they're doing what they want to do and getting what they need, and that they're trying to maybe take advantage of you. So you do need to just watch out and watch your back and watch your finance, watch your wallet around this person. And for some of you, unfortunately, it feels like it may be a family member. It's kind of like, because you know how I said it feels like they think that you're not as intelligent enough to pick this up. It's kind of giving parent-child energy, that they're the parent and they think that you're the child, and they think that you're naive because you're younger than them. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this is a parent or a parental type figure. I feel like for a lot of you, though, they're older than you, and they seem to think that older means they're wiser, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Does not mean that they're wiser at all. Because I think they're being very transparent with the way that they're doing this, but they think that you just won't notice. We do have the feast card coming through as well, Aquarius, which it's time to celebrate your hard work and even your small wins. An unexpected income or pay rise is on the horizon. So we do see that there will be unexpected income, and there will be a reason to, but it's kind of telling me that it's like, you know, once again, we see these people here, it's like Christmas or Thanksgiving feast. We don't do Thanksgiving here in Australia, guys, but it's like a Christmas feast. And it's giving me the family vibes again. So it's kind of like, if you watch out and you keep a really good eye out for this behavior from whoever this person is, then you will have reason to celebrate. And then once, you know, you'll have a small win over this person, and that in itself will be a reason to celebrate. So it's being very careful, because I'm getting here too. It's like, it's not even that they're actually like taking from you, to be honest. Like, for some of you, it feels like you talk about something financially and somebody is under the impression that you have a lot more money than you actually have, or they think that, oh, Aquarius has got all this and all that, and I can take advantage of that, and I can, you know. So it may not even be actual physical money. It may be somebody trying to take advantage of a situation. Like, oh, Aquarius has got this house in this nice city, I'm going to come and just live there. And Aquarius is like, no, excuse me. I'm kind of getting those sorts of it's kind of like someone trying to feast at your table, someone trying to come and consume everything that you've got. But it's not necessary. I don't feel like they're necessarily able to actually do this, although for some of you they are trying to, you know, they may have been sort of skimming off the top of the pot. So I'm kind of just I'm sort of seeing, like, you know, if you're at a table and everyone's got all this wonderful food, and it's like somebody reaching in front of you and taking the potatoes right off your plate, is what it's kind of showing me. Someone's, you know, you've picked the ones that you want and that's yours, and then someone says, oh, that plate of food looks good, I'm just going to have that. Thanks. You know, it's like they're like, oh, well, I want it, so it's mine. But you're like, excuse me, that's mine. You can't have it. I do feel as though you're very kind of aware of this as it's happening, but it's not, so it's not necessarily happening. It's just kind of telling you to watch out for it happening. And don't be afraid to stand up to this person or call this person out or say no. You know, someone trying to take advantage of you, someone asking you for money, things like that. Aquarius, money, 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 incoming money energy for Aquarius. Whoa. Once again, it's definitely someone older than you. And interestingly enough, the hidden energy on the bottom of the deck is the heart. So this may be someone that you do care about and that you do love, and you would want to help them, but, you know, you can't help them. You know, if they're trying to be sneaky, it's like, For some of you, I feel like they don't even realize. They don't even realize that this is what they're doing because, you know, they just think that they deserve it. They just think that, oh, Aquarius has got this. I want it, so it's mine. It's like they just may not even be, you know, consciously trying to do this. It might just be an issue with them being a little bit, you know, selfish or, you know, just over entitled. You know, I'm kind of getting, once again, I'm getting the family references here. I'm getting the, you know, if it's giving me the parent-child example again, that if this was a parent and a child situation where, you know, your parent is kind of like, oh, well, I'm your mom, so you have to buy me a house. No, I don't. You know, it's kind of like that. Or even the other way around, like a child going, well, I'm your child, so you should just share it with me. You should just give it to me because I'm your child. They're just feeling entitled. Oh, this is mum's house and so I'm entitled to just come in and take all the food because I'm hungry. So it, like I said, it feels like for some of you it's not even conscious effort. Like it's not even they're not doing this with negative intentions. It's just kind of like they just feel like that's their right to do that. We do have the Tower here, which is followed by the Lily. Okay, so this is someone you've known for a long time. This is most likely somebody older than you. It may be somebody quite old as well, because sometimes with the Lily, that can refer to people of old age, like retirement age and things like that. So as to whether you are the one retiring or they are just retirement age, I am hearing dementia may be a part of this issue as well. Okay, that they may not realize that they're doing something wrong because maybe it's a symptom of something a little bit health related going on for this person. But this is somebody that you've known, you know, somebody that's part of your foundation, somebody that you've known for a very long time, most likely older than you, most likely someone that you've known since you were a child. Okay, but it's kind of, you know, it's kind of just wanting you to just sit back and just keep an eye out for this and maybe isolate yourself from, you know, from this a little bit emotionally and just look at things rationally. You know, take the love away, and is this person taking advantage of you? If you didn't love them, would you let them get away with this kind of thing? You know, but we also see the cross here. So this may be something that you already know about. You know, for some of you, this is something that you feel responsible for this person. You feel as though this is a burden that you have to carry, that, you know, well, you know, my mum's getting old, or she's getting sick, I have to take care of her, that kind of thing. So it might just be something along those lines coming into play with this as well. But it's also just sort of letting us know that, you know, just trust in the situation, trust your intuition, and have a bit of faith there. You know, there may be some, once again, I'm getting, you know, if this is somebody older, there may be some religious aspects to this as well. It's kind of like, you know, feeling that deserved, you know, like, oh, you know, so for some of you, it may be something, you know, I'm getting like that there may be like, oh, I give money to the church, so therefore I have to give your money to the church as well, Aquarius, and things like that. Just random things coming in here. But it's like, it's going to be slightly different for each and every one of you. But, you know, keep an eye out for it. You know, calling this behavior out and putting a stop to it, you know, brings that increase. It gives you that reason to feast, that unexpected income or pay rise on the horizon. Okay, so there is a reason to watch out for this and just, you know, steer clear of allowing this to sort of take advantage of you, you know, when you're not wanting it to. Okay, and just keeping your finances a little bit closer to your own chest, Aquarius, and it should be all fine and work out in your favor. All right, bit of a random message there, Aquarius, but that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Pisces. Okay, Pisces, money, money, money. What does Pisces need to know in regard to incoming money energy? Money, money, money for our Pisces. Ooh. It feels a little bit ominous seeing both of these cards come out together. Not in a bad way, but in a just a ooh, and it's quite literally a sign, okay? Because we got a sign. We literally have signs here, so it's a sign that you need to pay attention, Pisces. We have choices coming through. First, there are a lot of opportunities waiting for you. Don't doubt yourself. Trust your instincts in choosing the best possible things. Okay, so making the right choices, trust yourself that you are making the right choices and moving in the right direction for yourself. Trust your intuition, but allow yourself to weigh up the options and do that logically, as well as taking your intuition on board, of course. But also don't be afraid. Don't let fear, because what it said. What did it say? Don't doubt yourself. So don't let fear get in the way of the right decision. Because it may involve taking a chance. Okay, we see one sign says chance, one side says change. All right, so once again we're seeing choices, the same energy, the exact same energy, making a choice, and the choice needs to involve taking a chance. It's time for a leap of faith in this. Be more courageous in dealing with your finances. It may be uncertain, but it may lead to great results. So even if you don't know where this choice is leading you, where this path is taking you, sometimes change is as good as a holiday. Doing things differently is maybe the right tack. Taking a chance on the unknown, not letting fear stop you from making the choice that is right for you. Okay, but we'll see if we get any more information here, Pisces, with the Lenormand. Okay, money, money, money. Incoming money energy for Pisces. With both of those energies, I do feel it necessary to let you know free will plays a strong part in that. Okay. Firstly, we have the letter. Okay, so communication and expression is very important with the letter. So open, honest communication, and I wanted to say open-ended communication. So maybe there's a reason that I was about to say that. Maybe there's a reason that you need to ask open questions and ask people what would you do if this was your choice. And allowing them to elaborate and explain and take that on board and things like that. Some sort of open-ended questions where you're not asking for decisive yes/no answers. You're not maybe asking for, you're not asking someone, okay, is left or right the best choice to take? Is left or right the best option? You're saying, well, what do you think would be the best outcomes that would come from the left and the right? What are the pros and cons of the left and right choices here? You're asking open-ended questions where you're getting a lot of information back instead of just a yes or a no. When you're asking people or communicating this choice with people. Okay, so taking that into account there. But it does show us that the need to, go through paperwork, bills, receipts is important as well at the moment, making sure we're getting the paperwork, getting the contract signed, getting the paperwork signed. You need the evidence, you need the proof of purchase, you need the receipts, okay? You need that paper evidence of what's happening here. So it's not really telling me exactly what this is, but for a lot of you, this is to do with the choices, okay? That you're needing that in writing. Get it in writing, Pisces. When anything financially at the moment, get it in writing, okay? Make sure there is a paper trail. Check those receipts. Go through the paperwork. We do see the tree coming through next for you. So there is growth, but this is also talking about branching out, trying new things that you haven't, once again, taking a chance. So branching out, your finances are healing and growing, but you need to, make a choice that enables you to branch out and take a chance. For some of you, there is a specific reference here to branch of office. So whatever that means for you. For some of you, it may mean, which branch of bank are you using? Which branch of office are you using to file the paperwork? There's something about that coming through as important. So you may need to change branches. Even if that's within your own job as well, there may be a different branch that you may actually have more opportunities to gain more finances and promotions and whatnot. Maybe swapping branches may be better for your finances in some way. So there's a new branch opening up that you can change to that's closer to your home, therefore less travel expenses and whatnot as well. For some reason the branch is important here, so look at that choice as well. Take that into consideration with your choice, the branch. Okay, so whatever that means for you. We do see the anchor here as well. We're aiming towards a branch that is secure, that is stable, and we also know within our own selves that, do you know what, I even if I don't know exactly how that is going to be stable and secure, I am stable and secure in making this choice. I'm going to rely on my intuition and make this choice and know that, even if things are a little bit unstable for a little while, I can weather any storm. I can get through the storm in order to, have myself sturdy and being able to rely on things in the future. So once again, something to take into account when we're making choices at the moment when it comes to money is, what's the most reliable, what's the most dependable, in the long run, what's got the most, reliable, dependable paperwork somehow connected here as well. You need the paperwork trail. Okay, so if you've got secure, reliable paper trail, that's probably the better option. Okay, the one that's got the evidence, the proof of purchase is the option. Okay, I don't know why it's coming through very matter of factly. This is your message, and it's not telling me anything else outside of this. But I feel like for a lot of you, you haven't actually, because there's a couple of you where this choice is coming in the mail. Okay, you haven't actually received the choice, the options yet. And it's I was like, it's even giving me option 1, option 2. You may actually have paperwork coming to you that says option 1, option 2, and you're having to choose, do I do this or do I do that? For some of you, it's got to do with salary sacrificing, and you're needing to weigh out your options on that. But sorry, this is just what's coming through, Pisces. So for a lot of you, you don't even know about this choice yet, but you will. It's incoming. It's coming up soon that you may need to take a chance. You may need to think about branching out. You may need to think about, in the long run, what's the most dependable option, what's got the best paper trail, the best proof of purchase, the better receipts, okay, that sort of thing. So that's what I've got for you today, Pisces. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements as well. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.